Honda's present Passport, which goes by the name Passport, is getting a complete makeover for 2025. This change will be similar to the one that its three-row sister car, the Pilot, got in 2023. If you look at how long the current Passport has been on the market, it's a bit longer than normal for a Honda model. For the 2024 model year, Honda will make big changes to the closely related Pilot, so we expect big changes to the Passport as well. Everything we know about and expect to see in the 2025 Honda Passport, which is basically the Pilot SUV with 2 rows of seats instead of 3. The Passport we have now needs some changes, and not just because it's old. Better style like the newest Pilot is what you can expect. As before, the Passport is likely to look a lot like the Pilot from the back wheels forward. Also, just like before, it should have the same wheelbase but a shorter tail. The 2-row Passport will be shorter overall because it won't have to hold a 3rd-row seat. That's the Pilot's job. Just as Honda did with the Pilot, some of the same improvements in road and wind noise suppression, in-cabin tech, and chassis refinements are expected for the Passport. Track performance off-road. Another change to the Pilot that will likely make it to the Passport: an off-road-focused TrailSport trim level that is much more focused and powerful. The Passport TrailSport we have now is just a temporary design package with better tires for driving on rough roads and a small lift for the suspension. Like the Pilot, the next generation Passport was always going to get a better off-road update. And it will be. Like the most recent Pilot TrailSport, the 2025 Passport TrailSport is expected to become a much better off-roader with a new chassis and upgraded electronics package. Even with this redesign, don't think that a hybrid form of the Passport will appear out of nowhere, just like with the Pilot. Not soon enough, but it would be great to have a hybrid choice with this new chassis. Maybe even an improved 2.0-liter i4 from the Accord sedan, with more powerful motors for around 290 lb-ft of torque, and an all-electric drive mode. Instead, the most likely reason is the same gas-fed 3.5-liter V6 engine and 10-speed automatic transmission that come with the Pilot. It's not a bad thing because this engine and gear work well enough in Honda's bigger Pilot SUV with 3 rows of seats. With its bigger engine and extra gears, it's strong, and the inside doesn't get buzzy. Some of the changes we saw in the prologue, without the GM impact, and more specifically, the newest Pilot will be made to the 2025 model's interior as well. In fact, the dashboards of the Passport and the Pilot won't be very different from one another. This is a bad sign because it means Honda will probably use the Pilot's smallish 9.0-inch tablet. The Pilot's dashboard has space for a bigger screen, and Honda makes a 12.3-inch touchscreen that comes with the Accord car. If you use those trail watch cams in the TrailSport model, that kind of thing will be very helpful. Honda should also add the fully digital 10.2-inch gauge cluster display from the top-of-the-line Pilot trims. Although the 2025 Honda Passport might not be as long as the Pilot, it will still have plenty of space for goods since it won't need to store a 3rd-row seat. The 2nd row should be the same as the Pilot's, with a center seat in the middle that can be stowed under the cargo floor. On cars with this feature, it will make the seats look like captain's chairs, and we hope Honda can figure out a way to make them easier to take off and handle than what's in the Odyssey and the Pilot.